Why she's with him, we'll never know. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the show. Welcome to the Married Couple Podcast. Woo!
So it's the option is take yourself out. So it's
They have a very rude comment you say to me because I'm not Asian, I eat the dog or something. I have very high cholesterol. I switch to the cat, I feel much more better.
So let me take my pants off.
Dave, you ever took a shit and looked at it and go, when's the last time I had corn? Shit, that was 20 years ago.
Sam, you think I'm always naked when I'm on clapper? Well, I am. I just want my boobs to flap around in the wind freely.
Oh, that's the line? Damn.
Hey guys, I forgot how to operate this shit.
It's because it's been so damn long.
Hey guys,
it's been like a month.
How was your day? We're back. We're back.
We are back. Hey
how was your
Tiffy,
day?
hey May.
We've been gone a month.
A month. I mean,
We needed a vacation, I guess. I don't know.
mm,
Anyway, you guys know how the show goes. Welcome to How Was Your Day? It is me. I am Dave, and of course, my beautiful, lovely wife.
Sam, I am.
Welcome, and we are the Married Couple Podcast. Welcome you back to How Was Your Day? Come on in and tell us about your day. We're going to tell you about our day and month. We're going to, I don't know, Sam's got a news story. We've got a couple guests tonight, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if your day was, it was great. We'll make it greater. If your day sucked, well, you know what? Sucking ain't so bad because it leads to other stuff sometimes, right, babe?
Yes, it does.
Yes. Yeah, it's the tribute show. We've got a couple, just I don't know, things have been going on in the past month.
Yeah.
Well, just before we even get to it, before we can get into how our day was, my mother passed away. That's why we have been gone.
Yes.
And so as we call this a tribute show, it's kind of for her, which I would say that she's probably, spinning in her grave right now, but that's not even possible. She's probably just rolling, or she's probably just sifting around in that bag she's in.
Jesus Christ.
Just because you can't really roll.
I know, you can't.
She couldn't turn over.
No.
Anyway, too soon. Sweetheart,
Yes, my love.
how was your day?
Day's been good.
Are you going to go over the whole month or are you just going to...
Well, I don't know.
You've been around. You've been on 2 podcasts since I've been anywhere.
I have.
So. Technically, I was on the one in Vegas. But
Yes, we went to Vegas, and what a lovely time that was. We met AC the last time we were in Vegas, and then we, hooked up with him again this time, and then Red Rose came out, and man, it was so nice. I think we said it on that Roses Are Red podcast. It's so nice when you meet people in real life to know that they're actually the same person that you see, across a screen. And we had such a good time. The show was great. It was a really good time. Too bad for her. Her flight got delayed quite a bit
on the way home.
Ours got delayed on the way there. But
we got all the way home, and she only had like an hour and a half flight.
I know.
And I was thinking when we left for the airport, she'll be home, and we'll be like just
getting on our flight.
We'll be getting on our flight, and she'll already be landing. And then we got all the way home, and she was still at the airport.
Yeah.
That would have sucked.
It would have. Tiffy said if she wasn't shuffling in her bag before, she is now. And speaking of my 2 other co-hosts on the Roses Are Red podcast, AC's checking in saying good evening, Nebraska, and Rose herself saying hello.
I miss you guys.
Yes, we miss you. Also, your niece or our niece, I guess. It's so weird to say because we're the same age.
It is our niece, and you are the same. I think she's older than you,
by
isn't she?
A few months, yes.
Okay. Which she made me promise years ago.
You screwed that up with your previous life, with your past.
Well, hold it, but I'm just saying, no, I screwed it up, or I just I took it as a dare.
I'm pretty sure.
She said never date anyone younger than me. And all right.
Yeah, Brooke is older by a few months.
Yeah.
We're literally the same age. I mean, when it comes
Yeah.
down to months, you're the same age. You know what I mean? So yeah, she said that. My sister said hola, but holla. She just said hola, but I read it the way I read it. And then Cameron checked in saying, you have my condolences and appreciation for being an amazing couple. I've left a few messages for the show just a bit ago. Good news. A little excited, as you'll find out, accidentally left 4 voice texts. So we'll find that out.
I need to make sure I got them in the right spot.
Yes.
That was Cameron, right?
Yes.
Cameron,
I saw them come through.
On where?
On my watch said Cameron left messages on the married couple.
Oh man, I wonder if this phone isn't updating then, because I have the one May sent. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, and if not, we won't. I don't know how else to say that.
Hey, Sassy.
Anyway.
No, so I mean, Vegas was a blast. We waited too long to sing karaoke and paid way too much for our drinks, but we gave Red Rose a new something she's never done before. She'd never been to karaokeing. Yeah. And also, we took an Uber with her to the airport, which she had never done before. And then, what else? I don't know. It was just such a good time. Other than that, my time, I started my own business. Kind of things kind of got put on hold because of everything going on. Starting to get putting the nose to the grindstone now, but it's a slow process, but we're getting there. So also, I am Dave's brother checking in saying hi. Sorry, listening to the show as I'm out driving. Thanks, Donnie. And then
thanks. I am Dave's brother.
Whatever. And then AC says, "I know I've said it to you personally, but my condolences." So,
well, thank you.
There we go, my love.
Thank you.
We're gonna let you take this. How was your day?
Man, I haven't seen everybody in a while. My day was busy, but we go back a month. So, it was first off, before we even get there. Cameron, I don't think I got the messages, so I need somebody else to leave me a voice message on the Married Couple Podcast. Are you seeing it on your phone?
Yeah.
You are seeing it on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. I might need to borrow your phone to play messages. How many other messages were left?
I don't know. Let me switch to that.
Switch to that, and then I'll tell about. It's been a little bit of a rough month, I would guess, to say in the least. I did enjoy the trip to Vegas. Before we left for Vegas, Mom put herself in the hospital, and because she wasn't feeling well, and then she was like, "Oh, you got a trip to Vegas," so we went to Vegas, and then she had a surgery to check on what was wrong with her, and then before the surgery they didn't really want to do it because it wouldn't really it wouldn't necessarily. Anyway, they didn't want to do it. But they did, and then they found out that cancer, which she had kicked cancer's ass a few times before that, was kind of all over her intestines, and that was the problem. And then from there, she went to hospice, and then from there,
she passed.
She passed, but we got to, a lot of us got to go up and visit her quite a bit. Her headspace. She was in a oddly good headspace for where she was. I actually got to spend some time alone with her. I know our brother spent a lot of time with her. We had a lot of family that did get up here. Some did not get up in time to. Okay, now I'm getting voice messages. They're going through. Oh man, if he sent, never mind. I don't even want to know what I saw he just sent a message, so I'll get to it. But you know what? It was. I don't know how to say. When you and I met, I even warned you. I said, when this happens, I said, I'm going to be a wreck, and I don't even know what I've been. It hasn't.
You've not quite been a wreck, but you've not quite been yourself.
Well, and that's why I needed to. I thought we could come back last week, and do a show, and had planned to come back last week and do a show. But my headspace definitely wasn't ready for it then. Because one thing I don't want to do is make a depressing show. I want a fun show that people still enjoy.
Absolutely.
Now, life still happens, and so the reason I'm mentioning is you guys need to know. Well, that's what happened, and that's why I haven't been here. And I'll get back to everything, but she was just such a great woman. That's the other reason that I wanted to kind of do the show. Later in the show, guys, two of my sisters are going to jump up here. And then we also found out just a few days ago that one of our friends from Kentucky had passed.
People who listen to our show, Huck and Jesse.
Huck and Jesse were on episode 46, I believe.
Yes.
They both they were to get a couple at the time. They had since split, and gone their own separate ways, but they were both making music and still doing things. And I still was in contact with Jesse, but Jesse passed away.
Yes.
So this is so later in the show, Huck's going to come up and we're going to reminisce a little bit about Jesse, but that'll be after we do this. We're also going to do news stories and say hello to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be all depressing. We promise. Also, yes. Don, I am Dave's brother said I didn't send that one. It is me.
Okay, good, because he's got actual messages of which I almost recorded and put in the opening, and I just couldn't do that. I couldn't do that either. But let's just check in with I Am Dave's brother, make sure this is working correctly. Here's I Am Dave's brother.
I can't believe you used my real name. Everybody's going to know my name's Donnie now.
Sorry.
I'm Dave's brother.
It's right there.
Anyway, love you guys.
Love you.
Love you too, brother.
Yeah, we've got lots of written messages, kind of things I've been putting up. Jen from work said, hi, miss you. I miss you too. We'll have to probably plan something and go to lunch. She also said, oh no, I'm so sorry. We got Jace checking in. Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jace.
And I didn't even talk about bowling. I bowled my ex-husband's team this week, and we kicked their butt. I put myself up against him. I only won one game, but that's okay. I won that game. You know what I mean?
And my bowling team is, I guess, in third place or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was. And we
probably should still be around there. We did decent.
Yeah, I haven't seen any.
And I got, speaking of bowling, I got this shirt from Gary at bowling.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Now, okay. He was wearing a shirt, and it's just badass. And
he was wearing a shirt exactly like that.
This is the shirt he was wearing, and a few weeks ago, I'm like, dude, I need that shirt.
And he literally was going to give it to you off of his back.
And he goes, well, what size are you? And I'm like, a large, because, Tyler Perry Henry's a medium, and I'm a large. And he goes, no, this shirt won't fit you. I'm like a double XL. And he didn't say anything more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I showed up this week at bowling. He throws me this packaged shirt. He goes, you said large, right? And so he bought me this shirt.
Really sweet.
Not only that, of course, I'm wearing mine, and I notice you're wearing yours.
Yes, our catchphrases.
My catchphrase, this show is not sponsored by Captain Morgan, but the rest of my comments will be, is the shirt I'm wearing. And of course, you're wearing hard R words, which you read as
words are hard.
Words are hard. And if I read hard R words, first off, a hard R word is something I could get canceled for. So I'm glad that
thank goodness I say
I'm glad
things
you
backwards.
printed it dyslexic, so I might get canceled and you'll be fine.
I am.
So thank you for that.
So a couple more of these. Brooke says, which sister? It's actually going to be Barb and Debbie. Your mom couldn't be on tonight, which is fine. And then
she canceled. Your mom canceled.
Legends says, hi guys, so sorry.
Legends,
Sam.
Thank you.
And then
Jared,
Sassy says, I enjoyed bowling against you. We wish we could do it more often.
Yes,
Agreed.
I specifically bowled. I bowled two of the bitches.
You did. You do that all the time.
2 weeks ago, I bowled against one of the bitches, and then I bowled against Liz 2 weeks ago, and then I bowled against Sassy Firecracker. She kicked my ass first game, and then she didn't want none of me the second 2 games. She wanted nothing to do with it.
I know.
Kicked her ass. Anyway, yeah, we won 14-13. But we're still in. We should, hopefully, if we can just keep it up for like 1 more week or 2 more weeks.
I know, we're so close to the end.
It's a good thing we have separate teams. I don't have to split my money with you.
Yeah, you do.
So anyway, we've got another couple voice messages. May and Betty apparently were fine after a month ago, whatever was going on then, because here, I don't know what's going on. I saw somebody picketing or with a sign outside somewhere. Let's see what this is. Hold on.
Eat the sign. You're going on a picnic. Oh, wait a minute. You're picketing the show. Why are you picketing the show? Because we need health benefits. We need vacation pay. We need a roof over our heads. We need food in our stomach. We have a roof over our heads and we don't get paid, and there are no vacation pay for this. I've been walking around in circles for 3 weeks now with this sign, back and forth. You mean nobody's noticed, including you? Yeah. You mean you crossed the line weeks ago? I never crossed the line in the first place. I had no idea you were on a picketing
Oh, that's a line?
situation. Great. So you're telling me that by April 3rd, which is when? Today.
Now.
You mean tonight? You mean I got to go ahead and do this recording? Welcome to the Married Couple Podcast on April 3rd.
There you go.
All for nothing? Yep.
All for nothing.
Why did I even make this sign for? What was the point?
Oh, that's the line?
Yeah, that's the line
Wait.
that May crossed, and Betty didn't. Here's May one more time. Hold on. Or Betty,
This
I
is
don't
a
know
test message. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does not count out
It
of
works.
any of the 7 messages we got. And there was
It
one
does
video
count.
before that, but I don't think you saw that either. So we're
Whatever.
checking. Anyway, we're still able to talk for a little bit before the drugs kick in. This pain medication knocks us both out. We might be snoring, not snorting to the show.
Don't snore into the messages. Now, all right. Here is Rose. Probably just testing for me.
Hello, you amazing people. Hey, Dave, the waitress at Circus said she'll be waiting for you in the front. She's waiting on that.
Oh, that was a great story.
Thanks for reminding her of that.
So we're in Vegas and we're staying at the Circa, which is an amazing hotel. And AC and I were playing, I think, video poker at the time. And a waitress comes over and asks us what we want to drink. And she just comes over and she gives us our drinks as Dave pops up or comes back down from our room. And Dave was like, "Oh, I need to tip her," but she just like zoop,
Oh, she disappeared.
zoomed right off.
She
and
disappeared.
for literally the rest of that day,
Looking for
2
I spent
days.
the rest of the
The
time we
trip.
were there. I'm like, is that
Dave
her?
was looking for this.
Is that her? It
this
became
waitress.
a joke.
It did, and we kept going. Oh, I think it's her. It was so stinking funny. I think how long did we spend initially looking though? I mean,
I don't
it was
know,
a while.
20 minutes
at least. Yes.
All right. Let me. I don't know if this is an old one from Cameron or not, but here's the only message I have from Cameron. Quickly.
Well, you have my condolences.
There we go.
At the moment, I've been there myself recently. At the moment, as you can hear in the background,
Killing me.
don't ever do what I'm doing at night. I'm watching the doorbell ringcamp.com videos of strange stuff at night. It's not very smart to watch it before bedtime. So
I thought
hopefully you
meant the
two are doing something
movie The
smarter.
Ring.
That's loud. Anyway, all right. Good night.
That
Oh,
could.
Jesus. Good Jesus. Oh.
Cameron, thanks.
Yeah. Also, AC said, if I lived in Nebraska, I would start a bowling team called Pin Pals and wreck you guys with our cool shirts.
Dude.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
would. I like
my
that.
team
Pen
is the
pals.
Rebellion. Dave's team is the
The
Resistance.
And next year, if we can get a third team, which we might do, we're going to call it the Force. Here is AC. Hold on.
Hey guys, just checking in. Wanted to say hello. Oh, shit. I just found the waitress. Oh, hey.
Fuck off. Whatever.
We do also have Rock typing in a message. Oh, hey, them, theys. He says.
I'm not them theys. Well, we are collectively them theys, I
Right,
guess.
collectively.
Or
And
collectively
AC said, ring cam videos are the best.
them theys. And then, I forgot we've got openings, I guess. You know who, first off, I'm not going to get there quite yet, but I do have one, and then I'll tell you who I missed. Or who I missed, you know what I mean. Anyway,
Yeah.
here is...
But you are not a Jedi yet.
Here is Zanzia checking in.
Who's picketing the picnic, for crying out loud? We're just trying to sit here, have a picnic, but oh no, someone's got to picket the picnic, for crying out loud. You know, I mean, after
we're back to
all, for
normal.
crying out loud, all we were trying to do is to have a picnic, you know, and for crying out loud, all we asked before we left to go out for the picnic is who's going with me.
That's the other show.
Seriously, glad to see you guys back. Hope you guys are
Who's
doing well.
coming with me?
My week seriously has been lots and lots of work and just trying to keep up with things. And Uncle Sam punched me in the grunt, kicked punch me in the groin, kick me in the teeth, and knock me in the stomach, and slap me in the ears, and kick me on the ground. Yes, indeed, I got my tax return. Should I bend over, or will I just take it standing up?
It'd probably hurt more standing up. So that's all I got to say. I want to thank you for mentioning our other show. That's not How Was Your Day? It's Who's Coming With Me, because we also do that. And
Yes,
yeah,
we do.
we do another show. We've only done 2 of them so far, but I'm not done with it. Now that we're back, we're going to do the show where we watch shit we shouldn't do, and we're going to laugh, and we're going to hell. Who's coming with us? It's this. The cast crew was sitting around trying to think of something new. Then I Am Dave jumped up and said, yeah, I know what we could do. I think we should make a show where we're laughing at shit we shouldn't be. So basically, I'm going to hell and asking, who's coming with me? AC said, that's a great idea. I'll start the show. Then he fired up his computer and he played a Tard video. Sam I Am tried to hold her laugh and she took a little piss. Red Rose sat back in the corner and said, you leave me out of this.
She
then
totally
Rocksteady
does.
said, yeah, y'all come on down to Perth. Because I, for one, have 10 videos of Lisa giving birth. So everybody come along, you know it won't be hard. Because we've got memes and bad videos of cripples and retards. So come with me, Rocksteady, AC, and Red Rose. Then Sam I Am will snort laugh out her nose. Yeah, so that's our other show that we do. The one that you can go ahead and cancel if you'd like. Don't cancel this one. This is the nice show.
Yeah.
Nice show. All right, a couple more messages, and then I want to tell you one other thing. Here's Anzi one more time.
Good evening, Dave. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. Hello, Sam. I just like to say that we're glad to have you back. And, of course, your temporary captain will be removed and recalled from service. I would just like to say, just remember, the Empire is now standing by, and we are prepared to go on military maneuvers. Just remember, the war is about to begin very, very soon, and I'd like you to all be ready. I hope you're well, and I hope you all appreciate the new season of destruction.
That was good.
He's decent Grand Admiral song.
He
That's
is, he
not
is.
bad.
Snort laughing, do snort laughing. Come on, Sam. Snort laughing, do some snort laughing. I mean, after all, I need my sound effects. I mean, you know, I want my snort effects sound clock, you know? I mean, I get a ringtone, it goes off, it's Sam snort laughing. I get a different snort laugh, it's a wake-up alarm. I get a snort laugh, it's a quick notification on my phone.
Dude,
I
that
get a
would be
snort
such
laugh,
a
it's a
good
nice
idea.
big long ringtone. Block number, it's a different snort text. See what I'm saying?
You know how much money we could make off of that if we actually just package your snorts? Seriously. You wanted to package farts before.
I could snort into a microphone. How many? We can
you
just
could-
clip it from all of our shows.
We probably could. We
Mhm.
need Sassy Firecracker to help out. You know who and I got to bring this up. You know who we haven't seen in a while?
Who, babe?
It is this guy. Let me find the thing. And I'm kind of, I'd love to say I'm kind of worried about him. I know he's doing fine, but you just haven't. Hold on. It's this.
Sound of thunder, don't you get too scared. Just grab your thunder buddy and say these magic words. You thunder, you can suck my. You can't get me thunder because you're just God's farts.
Thunder. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't-
You missed him there?
I do.
Oh,
just
I
don't know
might
what to
have
do
a
without him.
surprise for you.
Yeah?
Ka-chow!
Thunder!
What's up, everybody? Everybody gets plenty to see my ugly mug. I just want to come by here and say my condolences and welcome back from Vegas. And, I do miss the show, but, the wife works for 12 hours, so I got to go to bed with her so she can sleep. But
Aw.
I'm up here visiting with you guys.
Thanks,
for a little
buddy.
while. Hey, and Dave, got a question for you.
God, what?
Was this Rachel's really hot and you were trying to get her tips? I mean, that's the only thing I can figure.
Hang on. She was actually pretty. She was pretty
pretty
smoking
good-looking.
hot.
Okay, now
She was pretty smoking hot. Is the answer to your question? Yes.
Was you hoping to hand her your number so she could make a blue
Nope.
or something?
Nope.
Nope.
Not just that tip. Not just the tip, but an actual tip.
Okay.
No,
okay.
but that's funny that you mentioned that. How you been, buddy? What's going on? What's new?
Well, I have pretty well cited news. I'm down to 220 pounds. Well,
Yay.
221. My goal is to be 160 by the end of the year, and
That's awesome.
I'm pretty good at that. I had some really messed up teeth because I like popcorn, not because of drugs. All these craft here are caps, $6,000
Well,
my
let's see.
insurance
Shove
paid.
them in the mic there, so we can, or in the camera there, so we can.
Yeah, guy.
All right. Well, we got
Yeah,
those.
good job. Those
Nice.
look great.
Now,
And
quit
what
eating
else?
popcorn and doing
I
drugs or
like
whatever
the
you do.
popcorn seeds, not the actual popcorn.
Oh, don't do
Oh
that.
wow.
So,
Yeah, hey,
but,
dude, you'll fuck your teeth up with doing that shit.
yeah, no, I learned that the hard way.
You'll shoot your eye out. See what I did?
You know?
Dude, don't.
Here you go. How's it look?
Dude, I didn't know you could actually take it out.
Yes.
I'd always made fun.
I had to take it out and clean it every once in a while.
Dude.
But
That- don't lose
you
that.
see, the skin all you see is the muscles that should keep your eye in place. That's what I put the eye over.
Dude, you're killing me with that shit. Put that back in and put your glasses down.
Here, I'll just keep the eye closed.
Freaking
I'll
me
just
out,
keep the eye
dude.
closed. Because I have to use both hands to do it because I have to drip
I
my
always
eye like this and then
Make
focus
jokes
it.
about it popping out
Oh, it
as a
does.
joke, but
Yeah,
I'm
it
glad
does
to-
every once in a while.
I'm glad to know that the jokes ring kind of true to life.
Yes.
Or ish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
But other good news is that I have my diabetes controlled.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
I am so excited about that. But the only problem is now it drops too rapidly.
Oh.
Like I can be 123 1 minute and next minute 67.
Ah.
So yeah. But that's hey, I take in the good with the bad. Come on, I have to.
Right.
I get
And
it.
what else can I tell you? Life is great. I have a worker who comes in and helps me out when the wife's at work, so that's a big help. And I
That's
got
wonderful.
Yes, Sam, I don't know if you sell like Medicare premium plans, like for Aetna and all that.
I do.
I am leaving Aetna.
Are you?
Yes, Aetna is nothing but it's not them, but they're a benefits company who does the card
Mm-hmm.
extra benefits. I've been waiting 2 months to get my extra benefits card,
Oh goodness.
so I'm going back to United Healthcare.
Yeah.
So that's sad, but I'll let you see the eye again.
Dude, you're killing me.
You have nightmares.
All right. Hey, don't look too close because this shirt's really loud, but you can hear, so we're fine with
Yes,
that.
but see, my forehead sees it too.
Dude, you should wear that like that for Halloween.
I'm thinking about doing that, but I go see them on the 11th because my worker's going to take me to Tennessee, an hour away, where I have to go at Nashville, and they're going to clean it and everything. But they told me to bring my clear one with me. I want to see if maybe I could convince them to cutter it,
Oh, that'd be
you know,
cool. Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
want something on it. Because if I wear it at night, I can feel the cool breeze, and it does not feel good.
Right.
So,
All right.
but I'll jump off of here now, so you guys
All
can
right.
have fun. But I
Dude.
would love to come back on the show sometime again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hey,
Now
now I know that if I'm ever stumbling over something and I need somebody's brain to pick, I know who to call.
Okay. Well,
I can pick your brain.
and I hope you enjoy
See what I
all
did?
yes, pick my brain, but you'll see it on eye there. I hope you guys enjoy all the Star Wars videos I'm finding. Cause
Oh
some of
yes.
them-
Yes.
They're great.
Oh my gosh, some of them I love. I want that popcorn. Pop.
I know. I've got an Instapot that looks like
Yeah,
R2.
we've
It's
got
pretty
all sorts of
awesome.
shit.
I just
Now,
wish
did
it beeped like R2.
Now,
It
did you
doesn't.
guys say you had a toaster like that too?
We've got all sorts of. We've got toasters. We've got
We've got
waffle
waffle
makers. We've got
makers.
shit we don't use. It's just because it's Star Wars.
Well, if you happen to come across like some Star Wars knives, like cutting knives and stuff like that, let me know.
Okay.
Before you
'Cause
go, Zanzia
Yes.
left a message. I don't know if it's for you, so I want to play it before you leave. Maybe it is.
Okay.
Dave was trying to find this waitress and give it to her,
Just a tip. All right.
And now.
Also,
Alright.
Nunya said
Good enough.
"Attaboy Thunder" for all the good work, or all the
Dude,
weight loss and your diabetes being under control. So
dude, we've missed you. Thank you so much for coming on.
yes,
I
I
appreciate
have to
it.
do it. Well, I have
Thanks,
to do
Sam.
it. This is your friendly Thunder checking out.
See you, buddy.
All right, see you,
Bye-bye.
Thunder.
All right. I love how I don't know if he messes up the
Chick-chow. I don't
ka-chows on purpose. Of course he does.
Mhm.
Man, we got a lot of stuff going on. We do have some
Yes.
other people are leaving them, but we do still have a show to do. I know you still have a news story, which I do want to hear.
Yes.
But should we?
Let's
You know
bring
what?
your sisters up.
Let's bring them up quick. They can share in the news stories or the news story you're going to do. You're only going to do one. Am I right?
Mhm. Yes.
This is my sister for everybody.
Oh,
This
yes.
is I am Dave's sister, and I am Dave's other sister. So, but I mean, their names are right there on the screen,
Yeah,
so
we have Debbie
it's
and Barb.
fine. That's Barb and Debbie. Debbie and Barb. I don't know which one I'm pointing at. Debbie and
Yes,
Barb.
you got it.
All right. So, hello, ladies.
Hi.
How was your day? Debbie, we'll start with you.
How was your day, Debbie?
It was actually pretty good. I mean, busy but at least the temperatures are finally starting to warm up here in Colorado. So
That is good.
Yeah.
Real quick, Brooke says, hi, aunties. She was
Hi.
saying hello to you both. And Barb, how was your day?
Well, my day has been like a 5-week long day that's really hasn't been great. I spent the day again visiting my husband, who was just placed into assisted living. So still trying to get used to that. But I can see that he's better off there, and I'm happy that we made the decision to go ahead and get that done.
Yes, it's tough. I mean, it's tough being away from him, I'm sure. But it is good that he's getting good care. So that's good.
You mentioned that yesterday when we talked. I don't know how you.
Well, it's something I
don't know
got
how
to
you
think
do it.
about. I might have to do that to you
To
someday.
me, you are going to have to do that
As
to
you're
me
older.
someday.
No, I understand though.
And you'll probably do it like 10 years from now. You'll be like, okay, I've had enough. You're going here.
Well, yeah, here's something funny. You heard my son talk about how my husband she kind of adopted my husband. He would call her mom, and he really looked at her like a mom, and it's just so crazy that he would even bring that up. But yeah.
That's true. Oh, all right. Guys, we've got a great show. If anybody wants to leave a message for either of our guests here, you guys are going to tell some stories. I think we talked a little bit about. We wanted to there are stories that I don't know about Mom. You know what I mean?
You were just
Because and a lot of people don't really understand. And even some of the people that came to the funeral didn't understand a lot of the stuff until Barb, you stood up and told a story. Could you kind of tell a little bit about the story that you told at the funeral? You about made me cry, by the way.
Oh,
And
I
then-
was sobbing.
And then my niece, and then my daughter and my niece got up and did make me cry. And then my brother looked down at me and goes, "You want to go next?" I'm like, "No, I'm crying here." But anyway, tell just a little bit about it, because a lot of people don't know the woman that she was way
Yeah.
back when. And both of you guys, either one of you, but Barb, if you could start.
Sure. So I actually met my mom when I was 5 years old. When I was 5, and then myself, my sister Debbie, my brother Emmett, we were basically just taken in, so to speak, by this family. And she was the mother in the family.
And Deb, not to give it away, but Deb, how old were you at the time if Barb was 5? Not to give away how old. Still doesn't give away your current age. So, but
Oh, I don't care. Okay, so in the spring of 1964, we had moved back to Texas.
okay, give away
with
your
our-
age.
with our, and I was 9, just under 10.
Okay.
And like I said, Barb was 4, almost 5. And then our biological mother had issues. And so we knew this family from church a long time ago, which was Mom.
Hang on, real quick. Mom went to church?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
See, this is a new story for me.
That's a whole nother.
Okay,
but I'm just
that's a
saying-
whole
but
ass
yeah,
episode.
That's for and so
I'm thoughts, she's prayers. This is one of the reasons. Anyway, go.
but anyway, so anyway, we were just going to go stay with him for a couple weeks, and it ended up being they took me, Barb, and our brother Emmett in, and stuff, and then over the time, I mean, for my 10th birthday that summer, I remember she the type of person she was. Anyway, I got my first penny loafers.
Oh.
And she permed my hair and gave me an outfit or whatever. But over, and at that time, her son Rick, and then she had Brenda and Linda already, which were additional foster adopted children that were older. Brenda's 2 years older than I am.
Right.
And so it was like she was like 22, not quite 23 yet when all this was going on. And they took all of us in.
So mom was 22, 23. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Linda was 16 or 17 then, right? I mean,
Yeah.
our oldest sister.
Yeah. In fact, mom and Linda went to nursing school together.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when it was decided that, and to protect us, she left that current husband and took us away. Now she, to safety. But the thing was, she could have, Barb, Emmett, and I, and stuff, she could have, Brenda was her senior year of high school, but she could have actually given Barb, Emmett, and I back to the state. But the type of person she was not giving us back to she took us with her. And that's how we ended up in Nebraska, and I met my future husband.
Yeah.
There is one thing, though, I get teased about a lot. Because I used to, when I was younger and had my kids.
Is it the penny loafers and the perm, or?
Well, no, I probably got teased about that too. But
Okay,
I was too young. I didn't know.
No, go ahead.
But anyway, so when I was younger, before cell phones or any of that, I would drive cross country to go get my husband off the ship. Nobody ever worried about me. I was overseas with 2 babies. Nobody ever worried about. I mean, we kept in touch. Mom loved me. Don't get me wrong. But it wasn't until I moved back to Nebraska. My kids had grown. We had cell phone. Every trip I went, even if it was 2 hours away, if mom knew I was going on a trip, she timed me. If I didn't, and we always called in, even no matter where we were when we got there, but she timed me. And if I didn't get there within a certain time. And so there was one time I was going down to see Brenda down in Texas, and they had cell tower issues. So I couldn't call her until we went out to dinner. And she goes, well, about, what time that you called? And I said, but Mom, I said, they didn't have cell service. We had to wait till now. And she goes, yeah, likely story. And I says, Brenda, would you please tell Mom? And she goes, oh, she'd lie for you anyway. But now I've been accused of doing the same thing to my son. So
Well, of course you do.
She trained me well.
And I didn't mean to interrupt, but Barb, back to what you had said that day, because that kind of really spoke to me too.
And I want to say, and this is a good quality of Mom. She didn't take us in. She didn't have a choice because
she was forced to take us by the husband
she was married to. Had his own agenda, and that's why we were never adopted, by the way.
No.
We were never, just our names were changed, but that's beside the point. But anyway, because of that, and I can remember the day we got to that house. I remember everybody was there, but I cannot remember a day before that, which is probably a good thing. It protects, it's a defense mechanism. But so for those 3.5 years before she left, her first husband, I was always afraid. I was insecure. I was afraid of being abandoned. I didn't really know. And frankly, the piece of crap that she was married to and her first biological son used that as a ploy to manipulate me and my brother and my sister. Basically, if you don't do what we say, we'll get rid of you because you're not the real kid.
Well, also too, her first husband was taking advantage of all the girls in the family.
Yeah.
When she was at work. And as soon as she found out, she immediately did something about it.
Okay. So fast forward, I'm 8 years old, 8 or 9.
Yep.
She had 5 of us now on an LPN salary, which is nothing. And I remember at one point she had moved us temporarily in with her sister, Aunt Marie. And my cousin Lori and I were supposed to be asleep, but you know how kids are. We were sneaking, trying to listen to see what the adults were saying. And I remember who it was. There was 2 relatives that told my mom. I'm not going to say who it is because it doesn't matter anymore. But they were basic. She was talking about how hard it was and the struggles she was having. And they said, you know what, Sue, why you don't have to keep those other kids. They're not yours. That you never wanted them to begin with. They weren't yours. Why don't you just drop them off to Texas Social Services? And I'll never forget what my mom said. She said, you don't understand. I love them like they're my own. I, from that moment, knew that I was loved and that I wasn't going to be abandoned by her. I believed it, and that changed my life. Those of you who remember me when I don't, Debbie will remember. David, you were too little. But I was the definition of a painfully shy child.
Yes, most
I
definitely.
mean, I don't know if my mom would even have expected that I would go on to be a trial attorney and public speaking. And yes, I'm sorry, Mom, even a politician. But
Very true.
She would always say when I was other things, you know how she was, guys. She's so self-effacing. Oh, I didn't do anything. Like, Mom, you did everything. Everything. And I have seen so much devastation that comes from bad parenting. And I know that if every child could grow up with a mom like ours, the world would be a better place. And Mom, you made this world a better place while you were here. And the work that you did raising all of us, this is a tribute to you. But I told David I would end with a funny story.
Okay.
Okay, but I had 2, but okay, one's a little more risque. I'll do that one.
We've got time.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
19, I don't know. I was a sophomore in college. It was my first year at the University of Nebraska, being away from home. And somehow my mom found out that I was dating one of my professors. A diary or something stupid like that. But when the next time I went to see that professor, he said, oh, he acted like I was, poison. Oh, you guys stay away from me. I said, what's the matter? Your mom came to see me. She threatened to. So I went home and I said, did you go see? Yes, I did. Well, and then I still didn't want to believe it. I said, really? Because I thought maybe she just called and threatened him. Because what did he look like? And she described him perfectly because he had this real square face and his age, twice as old as me. And I'm like, okay. So that ended that relationship. But the time thing, Debbie, and then I'll let you jump back in. When I was old enough to go out, and when I was still living at home, if I came home after 1:30 in the morning, where have you been? The bar's closed half an hour ago. Well, there's other things to do in the morning, but I don't want to go into that.
I am so glad you guys came first because I kind of had it easy. I'm not saying that I didn't, but I got away with all sorts of shit. She would.
The babies always do.
I'm not the baby, by the way. I'm Dave's brother.
I know, but I mean, yeah.
But you're right. You set it up. You set it up perfectly. One of the things she's always told me, and this is more as we have become older, she's always kind of scolded me because Barb, you talked about you were shy. You definitely. Well, I remember you back then, and I was kind of a shy kid too in high school. But at some point in time, I really was. But at some point in time, through my teenage years into my early 20s, so anyway. Later in life, our mother, has said to me multiple times, you need to learn to shut your mouth because it's going to get you in trouble. And she's right. Number one. Now my mouth has gotten me into a lot of bad predicaments, but also my mouth gets me out of them also, which she also taught me. But I'm thinking to myself, as she's telling me, you need to shut your mouth. I'm thinking to myself, Mom, this is your fault. You're the reason I have the personality I do. I learned how to do this from you. You know what I mean? She was just no bullshit. No, I don't know. It was just something else. But Debbie, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no, you're fine. You're totally fine. And that's true. Being with her and learning at a young age, but I mean, growing up with her examples and with her teachings and stuff like that, it helped us to be better parents. At least that's the way I feel. I was bound and determined. Some of the things that we went through that my children were not going to go through. And I tried, I don't know, I tried to strive to be more like her. I was blessed that I was able to come and see her and spend a little bit of time with her the first weekend in March. And, but we'll never forget the lessons she taught us. I mean, she's helped us become the people that we are. And I hope we've passed on some of that to our children. I know I'm getting lame.
No, you're not. Yeah, I think we did. Well, even if we didn't pass it on directly, she passed it on over the top of us.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, especially the two bits. I think my daughter described it. One of them's here right now.
She also said, Brooke did say she got away with a lot when she lived with Grandma because she worked for you.
For me.
Oh, okay.
She was she was a bartender and a waitress for me at one of my jobs years and years ago. She got away with a ton of shit.
Very good bartender.
Barb, what was the other story? Go on, you got time.
What was the other story? Oh, the other one is just, it's kind of following up on what my son said about, because my husband is 22 years older than I am, right? And he is the exact same age within a month of Kenny, her husband.
Right.
Daddish, as David named him.
No, that was Donnie. Donnie named him Daddish.
It's because it's perfect. But when he started to, get sick and become difficult and whatnot, Mom reminded me, she said, I told you not to marry an old man.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't.
What did she say to you when you said to her before we got married?
Hell.
Years when it was like
okay. Sorry.
So for when I met, well, not when I met her, I'd already met Sue. Before she met me, she asked Dave, do I need to meet her? And he goes, yeah, because she knew Dave's track record.
So many of them.
And it was Thanksgiving. We had stopped over there and it was we hadn't even been together a year. And I looked at her and for some reason the conversation went to, she was like, why are you with this dude? Talking about Dave.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to marry your son. And she goes, why?
Yeah.
I said, because I love him. She goes,
because I'm so good at that.
No, and I do it. I said, you mark my words, I'm going to marry your son. And she goes, okay. But I mean, it was just, she just was like, why would you do that? And I don't know if she, because of Dave's, past or whatever, but yeah, we did.
I'll say this for my mom, I tease about her, but she did treat my husband like a son-in-law, and she never judged anybody we were ever with. And I was with some losers, but she let me know her opinion. But as far as whatnot, she never interfered. She never steered me one or the other.
I agree. And I know, I told Dave this, I said, I married Dave so I could meet Sue and she could be my mother-in-law. No, because there's some
didn't
situations.
Really need me for that. You're gonna,
I would have never met her.
I guess.
No, there's
Donnie
some
already had Renee. Yeah, you're right.
Whatever.
All right.
No, I love Dave so much, but there are some situations, with my oldest daughter and things, and she'd be like, "Nope, this is." I understand, but she never judged. She never, it was just always, let me give you my opinion. Let me help you through this. And I'm so blessed to have known her in the 8 years that I did. So, yeah. So
we may be a menagerie of come from every which direction, but but we fit together as a family.
Oh gosh,
Sorry
yeah.
about that.
Oh, it's
No,
okay.
you're good.
Well, I have to say, I mean, I was confused about the whole family dynamic for a long time. I was like, hold on. I knew about Donnie, and then he's like, oh, my sister's in town. And then he's like, my others. And I'm like, how many stinking it took me a while to figure out how many of you guys there were and what was the story, but I love you all very much.
We
Oh,
I do.
seriously.
Yeah.
Who could love you, Sam? Now you guys look like you belong together, as does Donnie and Renee.
Yes.
Yes.
Forgive the grammar, but
Yes. No worries.
Yeah, I finally figured it out. So,
Yep.
so
Real quick,
Yes.
Brooke says, are we telling the little bit story or no?
well,
And then I am Dave's daughter is replying back to Brooke, you are. So
Oh, awesome.
somebody is.
didn't know they were both there. Well, either of
Hey,
you
guys.
could go to the Married Couple Podcast on Instagram if you have Instagram, and you can leave a
Yes.
voice message. Or technically, I could figure out a way to send you a link, but it might a link to
yeah.
jump up here. I could actually try and do that if I could.
Also, Tiffy said when you were trying to figure out the right grammar there, she goes, words are hard. We get it here.
Oh.
Yes, we do.
That's funny. And real
Tiff-
quick, I did want to make a quick note. A friend that I used to work with way back when I right after I had Alex, Raylene, we used to work at
I saw
Hyatt
somebody
together.
pop
Yes,
in and say who it
yes,
is.
I wanted to say hello. I just didn't want to interrupt anything, but I want to say hello. It's nice to have you comment and watch the show. So thank you.
All right. I do want to play just a couple of voice messages quick.
Yes.
May had left a message a while ago. Sorry, we've had a lot going on since, but I want to at least play it. Here it is.
Okay, the struggle is starting to kick in. Words are going to be extremely hard. So I'm going to say this while Alexandria's got full ears out there.
Okay.
If I should fall asleep on the show, Alexandria is my husband, so technically he can go ahead and fill in for both of us. Oh, that's a lovely drug haze kind of thought, Alexandria.
All right. I'm going to let the rest of that one go. And just because she mentioned him, here's Zanzia real quick.
Don't worry, Dave. If she ends up putting you in the home, don't worry. I'm a PCA. I can take care of you. I want him searched, cavity searched, and I'm talking teeth. Pass me those rubber gloves.
Yes.
Pass me the rubber. Anyway, that's kind of where it sits. Let me. Yeah, I don't know how to tell. I couldn't do that story that I just referred to. That the two co-queen bitches are talking about. So I don't want to tell it. I don't want to tell it without one of them telling it.
Right. So if you guys
I'm gonna-
want to do that,
I'm going to
you
let
definitely
it.
can.
I'm going to let it go until one of the two of them can do it, and either I can figure out a way to send a link and they could come up like this, or can you do that?
I can actually.
Can you send
Hold on.
each of
I
them?
got you.
You have them both, right?
I do. I got it.
Send each of them a link, and if either of them wants to join,
No pressure. You don't have to. If
you don't have
want.
to, but you
This
don't
is
have to come
just-
to camera either. If you do want to tell that story,
Well-
though, we're going to extend that invitation.
Yes.
So up until that point, do we have Huck yet? By the way,
No.
Okay. So after we kind of wrap up a little, guys, if you still want to send a voice message, you can to our Instagram at The Married Couple Podcast. That's underscores in between each word. And I can play up to a 1 minute message. Or if you're May and Betty, I can play 7 of them, apparently. Although she passed out after the first 3. So that part's good. All right. So you go ahead and send that. Guys, is there anything else? One of the things, and I think, Barb, you had left, but we did. One of the good parts about the whole, I'd say weekend, but I know it was a full week, about the time that we all got to spend together.
Yep.
Because we all got to spend time, as people do during situations like this. And if there's any one thing that we can say, a good thing about it is, you know what? I really got to see my cousins, sisters, brothers, family, dads, and whatever. I really got to see and interact. So we had a lot of, Barb, you and the kids came over here. We spent a lot of time at I Am Dave's Brothers. While we were there, we also played Parkinson's Trivia. Debbie, you actually last time on the show, For anybody who, I call it Parkinson's trivia. Sweetheart, what's it called actually?
Tens unit trivia.
It's Tinge Unit Trivia.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Yeah.
where we ask trivia questions to each other. And if you get it wrong, you turn up the Tinge Unit, which is hooked to here on your arm and here on your arm. Debbie, you actually experienced it. How was that experience for you?
It was fun, but I only got up to about 40.
You did pretty good.
And then my fingers and hands wouldn't open anymore.
Yeah, I don't even remember where you got up. You did really good. Everybody did really good. A couple
Yes,
people
it was
gave
still
up.
fun though.
But
It was fun.
your kid took over and got up, I think, higher than anybody. Him and Donnie and Sam were all
Yeah, they were all.
kinda-
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I liked hosting it instead of competing until the end, or whatever. It's so much. It's not fun at all. Actually, it hurts. It's stupid.
Well, I mean, I was kind of hesitant at first, but it wasn't too bad. And just the fact that everybody was finally gave in and was doing it, it was a good time for all of us.
It was fun.
Even though I didn't know the answers to most of the questions.
Oh, well.
That part wasn't the fun part. May is still awake. She left one more message, probably complaining that I didn't finish her other. Let's find out. It's May.
And we do have Huck sitting in the green room too. That's funny.
Oh, Betty's snoring. So Betty fell asleep. May's still awake. Sisters, I love you so much.
Little brother.
Thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Love you.
And
Love you
I
guys.
don't know.
Love you guys.
All
We're
right.
gonna bug each other at least a few times a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
More than that, I'm sure.
Well, let's keep up the communication because I don't
yeah.
know. It's good to talk to all of you.
And
It is.
everybody knows my phone number, my address, and so if you decide to come to Colorado Springs, that would be awesome.
Well, everybody doesn't know it. I don't think May
no,
and
I'm not-
Betty know it. But if you want to share it,
We are not doing that.
no. Rocksteady might pop in from Australia, or Tiffy lives in Australia as well. If they,
Oh,
you
that
know,
would be cool. Yeah.
so. It's like the next day for them. So anyway,
We love you. Take
thank
care.
you.
Love you, sister.
Bye.
All right,
Love you, little bro.
Love
see
you
you
guys.
guys. Thank you.
I'm gonna drop you down. You guys can get out or stay. Dropping you
right.
down. Bye, guys. Your niece is Brooke is actually at baseball practice.
Okay,
They may
we can save it for next week if we
join
need.
in if they
Okay.
but they may not, and that's
Okay.
fine. We'll go with that.
Until
So,
that point in time, guys, you can still leave voice messages, but we are gonna move just a little bit further. Who did somebody else join or?
Logan did. Okay, so
Okay.
hold on. We got
Before we jump to the next segment, then let's
bring her up.
I'd love to bring in I am Dave's daughter.
Yes.
Let's bring her up and see.
All
if
right. Well, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
we can.
I was told I'm the talker.
You are the talker. You said that you weren't at when you told the story. I think you're going to tell.
Yes.
At the funeral, you said out of all the family members, you're not the talker, but you did pretty good. You made me start bawling. So
Yes.
and for everybody in the audience, this is I am Dave's daughter. Say hello. Obviously, her first name is there. I named her after Wolverine from the X-Men comics, and she is a badass, just like her grandma was.
Yes.
So, all right, sweetheart,
Sounds
knock it out.
Sounds like Brooke is at baseball. I didn't realize it would be live. Sorry, I just got done putting kids to bed. But
Oh yeah,
Right.
live. So you're being heard all over the world. Tiffy is down there. Was Rocksteady still here?
I
So
don't
we
know.
got a couple
Tiffy's
people
here
from
still.
Australia listening. We've got people from all over the country, Minnesota, and anywhere. So yeah. Say
Yeah.
hello. No, tell the story. I almost made your dad start bawling.
so I well, really, it sounds like it started with Brooke.
It did.
It sounds like it started with Brooke, and I quickly gained the same title. So it sounds like Grandma would always refer to us as her little bits. And she said that was because we hadn't yet earned our CHs. And
That
it
is
took
true.
a little while. I would ask Grandma for years have I earned my CH yet? Have I earned it yet? How about now? Have I earned it now? And it finally, I think it only took about 21 years maybe. And she's like, well, you've earned the C. And then, it was around the time I moved to Sioux Falls. She goes, yeah, you've earned the CH. You've earned the whole title. So before her passing, she was very proudly telling all of the nurses that Brooke and I had both earned the full title, and we were taking over because she was queen bitch. And we were taking over as co-queen bitches, and that's still my favorite shirt. So
Yes, it's amazing.
I love it. And I can attest. I think it happened. First off, I think it happened years ago. Here's what happened. This is before you were born. Brooke had to be 5 or 6, and she went into work with Grandma, and Grandma described her, and she didn't say bit at the time. She called Brooke a bitch. Okay.
Brooke earned it before me.
What I think happened is she goes, this is the little bitch that I was talking about, or something to that effect. And Brooke understood what the word was. This had to be, I don't know, but she had to probably be 5, 6, 7. Maybe she remembers the specifics. But then I think what happened is that after that, Brooke went home and told her mom. And then Brenda called Mom, your grandma, and went, what happened at work? And then Grandma reversed it and said, no, it's a good thing. And somehow, okay, Brooke says she was 7 to 8 years old. I think then she turned around, and that's how she made it's kind of like if you watch Game of Thrones, all of a sudden now C word is not a bad word anymore. Grandma did that years ago with the B word. She turned it into, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And since that point in time, she turned it into a good thing, and it's not a bad thing to be called a bitch. Just don't say it to your wife, as Thunder said earlier. I probably won't say that or whatever.
Sassy said, still love how you introduced us to your daughter, meaning because I'm part of the bitch squad at bowling, and
yes,
and they all came in and they heard you speak and whatever, and they were like, hold on, this is a good thing.
Well, Sassy
they were like, oh, they would have loved to meet Sue just because of the whole bitch thing, and they think she's just from what they've heard is amazing, and they were right.
And Logan, you met Sassy Firecracker when we were standing outside. The 2 ladies that walked up, I said, "Oh, this bitch." That was that's who Sassy Firecracker is.
Yes,
perfect.
Yes.
All right. Well, darling, thank you very much for getting on, and welcome to our show.
Yeah.
So, hey, subscribe, do all that stuff down there, whatever. I don't know how that shit works. Anyway.
You don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, I have.
We've been doing this for a couple of years.
I have no idea. No idea how that works. But sweetheart, hey, before she leaves, did you, Logan, maybe you knew this or not, but Sam does not like this song.
Touching me, touching you, sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum.
I had to just throw it in there. Sweetheart, thank you so very much for coming on the show.
All right, this bitch is out.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right, dropping her down. All right.
All right.
Oh my gosh. So
Now.
Brooke said I had the full CH LOL. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
Tiffy said C word is actually based on ancient goddess. Look it up, LOL. So
I know that may be true.
Tiffy would know.
That may be very true, Tiffy. But here's what I know. I know I wasn't allowed to say it ever until Game of Thrones. And then it's a cool thing all of a sudden.
Right.
At least here. It may have always been a cool thing down under. Anyway, we do have the next part of the show. All right. Sassy,
Love you, Sassy.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
Now we to the second part of what we were already talking about.
Yeah.
When we're talking about honoring memories and stuff like that, we've done that so far already. We'd like to bring up now from our 46th episode.
Yes.
Where Huck and Jesse were on. We'd like to bring up Huck to come in and talk
Huck,
about
you ready?
Jesse. Hopefully she's ready. Let me
doing
just
something right now.
That's right. Let me just play a little bit of that 46th episode because I have the song that they introduced on the 46th episode, and it went a little bit like this. I hope I can play it. She said I could. I don't.
Okay.
She didn't say this one, but I'm going to play this one from our 46th episode.
I did that to turn it on. But
It worked.
sorry.
You are the place I call home. I like to go there sometimes just to clear my mind from these city lights and unwind from all these alone nights. I like to go back where no one hurts, back where I can hide away. Hide away, hide away, hide away with you. Hide away, hide away, hide away with you.
And that was from then. Huck, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. That was, you remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I pulled that episode today. I was sitting here on the couch. Just normally, I would have done 100,000 things when I woke up on a daily basis, because it's a constant grind. But in this moment, I woke up this morning and I was still just frozen, just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Because it's like I could be mad at him from here, and we could have our disagreements or what have you and all that, and it's fine. But it's like now that he's not even here for me to be mad at, now what?
Right.
Right.
And that was a huge burden. I can talk on it now because I work on attorney-client privilege, obviously. But so, when he found me, and the reason why he found me was on the Kentucky Musicians page, and I just got back from Florida. And I was looking to link up with some musicians here in Kentucky, and try to get booked and get some shows, because when I left here a year prior to that, I couldn't play a guitar. I'd never written a song. I was just a karaoke singer. And so, all through that year, I'm down in Florida, learning all these things. I get back and he finds me on Kentucky Musicians page under the premise of I'm dying and I need you to sing my songs. And, a lot of things transpired, and he kept a lot of things from me medically. I only went with him to the doctor just one time. But the nurses all knew his name there. They knew him very well. And so that kind of set things into perspective for me. Now, it's unfortunate, the situation that happened between the two of us. Of course, he did pass from cirrhosis of the liver, so he was still drinking. He wouldn't stop drinking. That's why they wouldn't put him on the liver transplant list. But, he asked me not to tell. And so it wasn't my secret to tell. And so now I'm left with, not only was I asked to hold a secret that was going to hurt people, but I had to be faithful to that secret and, find the compassion in my heart to not blame him. For anybody that just doesn't know, just shoot it out there. We got into a verbal altercation, and then I fell asleep on the couch, and then he just continued to drink. And so while he was drinking, he just kind of revved himself up. And so there you go. He was calling me by somebody else's name when he punched me in the nose. So I know he wasn't there. And it was getting to the point to where I could tell he was feeling worse. And the worse that he would feel, the more he would drink. And so the more he would drink, the more he would, by science and also all psychology, when we have something going on with us or what have you, we take it out the most on the people we care about the most. Right. And so, unfortunately, I became the blunt force front for the punching bag, verbally. Now, he never, ever was violent. He was never,
did anything derogatory, pushed me, never put his hands on me in any way, shape, or form. Never, ever, even through his belligerence, never said anything verbally. He was not a verbally mean person. You could just tell. I don't know. I guess I can because I'm an empath, but I could tell when he would get in those moods and he would start treating me that way or saying whatever. I just would usually run upstairs and lock myself in the bedroom because it had to pass. But I knew that the place he was coming from in that moment where he was in his mind, it was hurt. He was hurting. It never wasn't malicious, and so you have to take a step back and say, is this an environmental thing or is this a character flaw? And so I'm pretty good at using my discernment to sift through, the truth and emotion and so on and so forth. So, I didn't blame him, and I didn't get angry with him. Now, one thing that I will say is, through all of that, my career was set back, extremely. But it wasn't to Jesse's fault or wrongdoing, because we all know that Jesse didn't and doesn't go around just talking bad about people. He doesn't go.
Agreed.
And we've met in person before. I've came out and I was there on business, and I met you and Jesse, and came over and hung out. He actually even gave me some things. He's asked me, where'd you put that Beatles stuff? I thought you were going to put it behind you. And it's scattered.
Just hard to see.
And then he's like, no. And he's like, well, you thought you were going to put it in a frame. So I did.
Yeah.
It's right here. And then some other things, some records and stuff that he gave me, which I still cherish.
If he was here, he would say thank you.
And he actually did say thank you. We had just talked. It was probably a month and a half ago. It was probably a little bit ago. He even after I know you guys did split up, you went separate ways. You were still both trying to do music stuff. I know what you're talking about, and we can just say the fucker's name. I hate Trinity Michaels.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say it. Trinity Michaels.
Yeah, Trinity Michaels. I've had a full show about how much of a
just so he knows, because I know he'll probably watch this. Let me tell you something, little guy.
Well, I've got him blocked on most shit, but not this.
Message. I have one message for little guy, Mr. Trinity Michaels. I have every single text message still in a special little folder with your name on it. Yeah, you. And you. And let's just say that I'm not in the same spot that I was previously. I'm standing looking pretty good and pretty in this moment. And so anything you say and have said is going to be used against you. That's just all it is. And that's all I'll have to say.
I'll add to that. Trinity, last time you came in the background of this show, and then we did a whole ass show about you and how much of a douchebag you are. At that point in time, I got a whole list of shit together. I'm not going to mention what it is, but just go away, you motherfucker. Anyway.
Yeah, if he knows what's best for him, he will. And the thing of it is Jesse and I would have never gotten into the argument that night that escalated if it were not for Mr. Trinity Michaels. And so I want to say that if nobody's at blame, but if anyone were to be a reason for why Jesse was alone at the end and wasn't there, it would be his fault.
Right. And so now I don't want to take it. We did. We got to spew it. So now we're good. Now I want to take this to a good place because I want to remember the good thing, like you've said, you posted quite a few times. Yep. You have a song?
Yeah, I do.
Would you like to do a song?
Yeah.
Because Jesse
wasn't going to, but yeah.
We'd love if you would. I would love to get ready. Just tell me when you're ready, and we'll just shut up.
Well, I'll just do it since we're talking about it.
Let's do it.
Hey. Hang on, I have to fix this. I have to pull a Jesse Taylor right now.
You're fine. You know what?
I'm gonna have to pull a Jesse and go.
How perfect.
Now, one thing I will say is Jesse sent me a couple of his things that he had been working on. You have sent music to us. We had you on our show. Any of the music that you sent to us, here's one thing I know. Jesse has told me, and you separately, you guys can use this. Anyone can use this. I just want it to be heard. So anybody who wants to come back and say, yeah, you don't have a right to play that song. Jesse gave me.
Yeah, I saw that comment.
Trinity has no right, or anyone for that matter, to say anything at all, because if you knew Jesse and you actually
Jesse,
loved
yep.
Jesse, then you would know what Jesse wanted to do with his music,
Yeah.
and it would already be done, which is what he has done. And I guarantee you, I know that man better than I know the back of my hand, and he knows it. And I'm telling you, he's got everything on that computer, I'm telling you, in order, probably chronologically and alphabetically, with a sticky note or some kind of something tied to it. I'm just telling you, because
Right.
he had everything. I mean, you're talking, he found me 3.5 years ago. So you're talking like this man he knew.
Yeah.
He knew, and
Yeah.
that's why he gave you, Dave, the Star Wars stuff. And that's why it was
Yeah.
so important to him that you put it in the frame, because he always wanted you to remember him like that. That's another reason why he didn't want me to tell anyone. He said, because when I start getting really sick, then, I don't want anybody to know. I want it to be. And I said, Jesse, you can't do that to people. You can't just leave them wondering. I mean, I wish I had $1 for how many people asked me if it was drug related.
No.
And I
Yeah.
said, no, he wasn't a junkie. He
Right.
wasn't like, no offense to junkies. I've been one myself, so I'm not condemning. I'm just using it as an adjective. But the thing of it is like, I don't know. It burns me up. Sorry, guys. You're getting unfiltered thoughts because I miss him so much.
I get it.
We understand.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay. I'm almost done here.
Very good.
I probably should have done this beforehand, and I know it's unprofessional, and so.
That's right. One of these things he sends me, he goes, where's a pic or something like that. Wait, hold on.
I can't find a pic to save my life.
I can't find a pic to save my life. We're going to end the show with that entire song and a picture of Jesse to go out on. But go ahead. Whenever you.
Okay, it's called Need a Minute to Be Sad, okay?
Okay.
Some days are harder to get through than others. I think of you sitting here, especially beginning in summer. But when I think of you, I smile as I stop to remember all the things that you taught me by knowing that I knew better. But as I sit here on this day, just trying to find the good in all things, just like you taught me to. Sometimes I just need a minute so I can sit with this and feel it all for myself. And I don't know why, but I try not to cry. When missing you hurts like hell, but that's not where you are. I feel you in this guitar, but today I've got nothing left. So I just need a minute to be sad. Sometimes I just need a minute so I can sit with this and feel it all for myself. And I don't know why, but I try not to cry when missing you hurts like hell. But that's not where you are. I feel you in this guitar. But today I've got nothing left. Ooh, I just need a minute to be sad. Yeah. So I just need a minute. I can sit with this and feel it all for myself. When missing you burns like hell, yeah. So I just need a minute to be sad. Honey, be sad.
Huck, we love you.
Love you guys.
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'm really not okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really not okay, but not to the point where anybody needs to be like concerned or like it's not devastational and it's not going to wreck me. But it is going to make me. Thank you guys. It is going to make me hold my loved ones and a whole lot dearer, and it has me grateful in the moment that my heart is that I allow my heart to be good and to be pure and to be compelled to always forgive everyone of all of their trespasses and all of their wrongdoings and all of the collateral damage that they don't know, that they subconsciously just don't think about. You know what? I'm glad that I'm able to forgive because I know that if he had passed and I was still angry at him for what he did, I would never be able to forgive myself. And I know that I'm at peace. He knows that I forgave him, and he knows that I cared very deeply for him.
Yeah.
And he knows that I will do right always by the music, and I will always do right by his songs. And so it's just a lot of emotion, you know.
I know. Well, I thank you for coming on here to
Absolutely
share that experience and everything that you're going through right now. I know that when I heard, I was like, I can't believe it. I mean, and I only heard because my wife said, Huck just posted this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
And
neither of us knew it was. I mean, obviously you were holding that close because you said you would, and I understand
Right.
doing that.
It was the hardest, you know, everybody wants to talk about how I can't keep secrets and I can't do this and I can't do that. And, you know, I just want
You can.
I can,
can.
you know, and that was probably one of the hardest kept secrets of my entire life.
I get it. Well, especially because when you do care for someone like that, you want to help them and want to make it better and help them get whatever. And having to hold that close is tough. I understand.
Yeah.
Well,
Going forward, if you need anything, if you need to talk, I'm here.
absolutely.
Well, you know, before I would have just said no, you know, I'm fine, and then just held it all in, you know, and then exploded on somebody. But
Oh, we get it.
So what, and I don't mean to take this off there, but I do, people that might be seeing this for the first time have never seen you before. And so where can someone find you
well,
on
first of
social
all, I want to
media?
apologize for looking like a swamp troll. So.
Oh, you look amazing. Stop it. I was thinking, oh, I love her hair.
Well, listen,
You
these
know
are
what?
yesterday's curls. These are yesterday's curls and no makeup. So
You've
You
al-
look amazing. You
you're-
always do.
and then when you're singing, your songs and everything you do is always raw anyway.
You're so
Yeah,
you
so
can just see your heart and soul
and
through
you
your music.
always pour your emotions through your songs, and that what you just did, obviously. I mean, we had comments on here going, "This is surreal. This is beautiful."
I had literal tears. I mean, like
She backed up this time so you couldn't see it like you could on episode 46.
no, they're still falling from my eyes.
You're amazing, but just real quick, and just tell people where they can find you so that.
Oh, you keep saying that. I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's everything is Huck Songsmith. So it's HUCKSONGSMITH. And you can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon.
And then you're going to be
Do you mean-
doing some live
Are
things
you
as well
doing
coming
a
up.
tour or something coming up?
No,
or-
yeah. So my very good buddy from down, he's not from Nashville, but he's down in Tennessee around the Nashville area. But he's an older cat. His name's Peebo Wilson. He hunts bears. And so they're getting ready to give him his own Netflix television series. And he's been in a couple of the Hallmark movies and stuff. So like they're giving him a Bass Pro Shops tour. And he gets
nice.
Yeah, he gets 60 stores and they're going to publicize it everywhere and they're going to pay for everything and all that. Well, I am so honored because I met him and it's an interesting little set they've got. So he's asked this chick name, her name is Rivka, RVKAH. Okay. And she sings like poppies, like kind of like Rihanna style, but she's a white chick, and Rivka is Jewish because she's part Jewish, and so her real name is Rebecca, of course. But Rivka is what Rebecca means in Jewish or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just
I don't
learning
know.
culture. Yeah, all these things. So anyway,
No idea. I'm thoughts, she's prayers, you're super prayers.
Arabic.
So
yeah. So anyway, so Rivka, like her stuff was playing over the intercom during the Super Bowl, and her face is on the big thing in Times Square in New York. I call it a jumbotron, but they're like, Huck, it's not a sports ball game, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, but her face is on the big screen in New York.
Yeah.
And she's a big deal. She's got her video has like almost 500,000 views or some crap, and she just released it 2 weeks ago. I mean, she's on the up and up, and Peebo is too. Like I said, you can go to www.peebowilson.com and find out everywhere we're going to be because he's asked me and Rivka to join him. So you've got me in the middle there, kind of being bridging the gap. So he's real country, straight up. I mean, Nashville as Nashville gets. And then I went there, by the way, guys. You know how I always said I would never go?
Yeah, you went?
I did, and you'll never guess what happened.
What?
So we get there. I found out the director. It's called it's called Bright Morning Star Films. Okay, and they shoot the Hallmark movies and stuff. We went down for Peebo's music video, and he asked me to be in it. So I'm in his music video. It should be ready soon. But anyway, the director is my third cousin and my papa's first cousin. My papa, director down in Nashville, who owns the freaking place. Their first cousin. Their dads were brothers.
That's cool.
My great grandfather Jack. Jack was his brother. But I remember grandfather Jack because I called him Jack. But anyway, John. So there's John and Jack Smith. John Smith, Jack Smith. And John and Jack are brothers. And then the director's name is Jack. He's Jack Jr. So I crap you not, I get my papa on the phone, and the director and my papa are like just over in the corner on my phone, just yapping it out for like almost an hour. And I was like, this is cool. So, it's all, you just got to go, you just got to go. And Jesse taught me that, he just said, you go where the wind blows. That's what he would always say. You go where the wind blows.
yeah, he had some good teachings. You taught him quite a bit too, by the way.
Did I?
Oh yeah, your spirit. I could just the person that you are in your spirit, especially when I saw you guys together. Your spirit,
back
and
and
who
watch
you
that
are, it just lifted him. You could see the way that it did, and again, he's never, and I know you guys had gone your separate ways musically and in other ways, but he never ever had anything bad
He
to
never
say
said
about you.
anything bad about you.
Never. It was all. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of, man, I miss that girl. There was a lot of that, but then I don't know. He was a good soul, but you made him a better soul. You really did.
You did.
So
We got a couple
Thank
thank
you.
yous.
Yeah, I
Jane
see 'em coming
Anya, AC said thank you.
Hurdling
Hurdling
left
said it's hard to talk about, or just was giving condolences and things. Basically saying it'll get easier. I don't know if it.
And that's true. I mean, the only real true anecdote for that is Tom, because I keep waking up every day. It's been 3 days now, and I've woke up all 3 days, and my first thought is as soon as I raise my head off the pillow, is it going to hurt as bad as it did yesterday?
Right.
And it always does. So maybe I won't think that tomorrow to expect it. Maybe I'll think it's going to be a great day tomorrow because Jesse's not in pain anymore.
I mean,
He hurt all the time, y'all. He really
we can
did.
take solace in that. You know what I mean? At least he's not in pain.
You should have seen him. We were talking about the geodes on that episode. I mean, you should have. I didn't see. That's before I knew, and I knew that he was sick, and then I knew, all that stuff. But I hadn't. He hadn't really told me.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't show it.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. It was like our anniversary show, not this past year, but from the year before, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was. I think 46 is correct, but
yeah, it is.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I talked to you guys on your anniversary this past year, but
well, we will definitely do more. And
well,
we
you
will,
also were on our first live show too.
You
both
were. You were on episode
when we were at the bar.
We did it at the bar, and you guys were having so much fun. And Sam, you were doing what was it, the wobble?
The wobble. Yes.
Yeah.
You were. I forgot.
Yeah, you at the very end. We left with
a guest on our live
We
show.
had some very nice junks in the trunks, and so we were dancing. And I was like, well, Dave, you better get up there. That's like me and Jesse were watching. I was like, you better get up there.
God. Anyway, we love you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
Yes. I do want to say that. I do want to say thank you to Mr. Leo Brown. They call him Freak Daddy. I know, right? No, it's not preferred. It's not preferred. Okay. But anyway, he is the talk show, or not talk show host, but the morning host of the radio 92.1 FM Classic Rock. Now that's a huge station here in Kentucky. That's one of your major ones that you can get on pretty much all over the state. And so he's fairly well known. Well, who checks their email anymore? First of all, I want to say who checks by raise of hands, who still checks their email?
I don't.
Right. Well, I'm one of those rare few. All right. Rare. Okay. So the running joke with me is well, Huck, what are you doing? They'll call it, what are you doing? Oh, I'll just sit around and deleting emails.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. And so anyway, long story short, I'm scrolling through about to delete some emails. You know how I do. And there it is, Mr. Leo Brown something. And he had sent a message and he said, I see you. I see you, ... I see you out there manifesting your dreams. I'd love to chat with you more about this.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So immediately I'm like, is this dude from the radio? Nah, it's a scam. So I go look him up. I'm like, sure enough. All right. So everything matched up. So it put a phone number in there. I'm like, all right, fine. We're going to call this guy up. Hey. So long story short, it ended up being him. And then I ended up getting to hang out too, who's now my best friend. Also, his name's Brad Alford at 105.5 Hank FM, which is another one of me. Then they take me to this bar, and I sure as the world of a wonders walk in, and I'll be danged if it ain't every single buddy on my radio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
All the newscasters, you can get the newscasters brought to you today by the weather, whatever it is, all those people, the TV news anchors on the television. I said, what is this, like television famous bar? Like what? I don't know, but I'm going to play there. So it's cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Radio person. And I always say, Huck's going to be on the radio. So because of this, he has recorded me in his studio by his producing. And, I even made the comment because he knew Jesse. well because Jesse had the music shop over in Lexington. It was called Chuck's
Yeah.
Music. We're going to revamp it and call it Huck's Music, except for we're Xing out the C.
That's awesome.
Okay? And
I love
then it's always been on my heart because I've been sober from heroin for 12 years and I take very much pride in that. And so I've always wanted to do, so they have all these different rehabs and stuff. And everybody knows that rehab doesn't freaking work unless you want it to. It will work
Right.
you unless you work it, you know, that's just the way it works. So I want a rehabilitation assistance program for just specifically musicians that's paid for and funded just specifically by musicians.
That's a great idea.
That's awesome.
Because I have a friend named Charlie and he refuses to play the guitar. I even had Jesse call him and I said, Jesse, tell him how, you know, you used to struggle with stuff like that too. But you did not walk away from the music. My buddy Charlie will not play at all music because he says it's a trigger. I said, it's a what? It's a what? He says, it's a trigger. I said, what is that new fancy shabble babble they give you in the rehab? Because he works there now. And I'm like, listen, they've done a number up here on you. I'm just telling you, music's important. You got to play it. Jesse couldn't even talk him into it. And so I still keep talking to him. But we have to prevent that from happening.
Right.
God says, praise him with a joyful noise. Now, whether you believe in God or not, doesn't matter. He's there and he exists. And so the thing of it is, with a joyful noise. Now, if anything else, you know, it could be used as a weapon of warfare. So there's that, you know. I'm just saying, it really can. Sound, the nerve receptor in the brain that receives/perceives music in the brain, which is what the vein is connected to, which then forms your heart as a fetus, you know, in vitro. The very first thing is that nerve receptor. And the very last thing that your body shuts down in a series of like panel lights, it will start shutting down, you know, your pancreas, then your appendix, then, you know, big stuff starts to go like your kidneys, your liver, you know, stuff like that. At the end of the day, the very last thing to go, you guessed it, the nerve receptor that receives/perceives vibration, aka music. And everybody they say, well, what's that for? What's it? Why? I wonder why. Well, reason being is because your heart has to beat in order to pump your blood. But what do you think listens for the heart to beat?
All right.
It's the beginning of everything and the end of it all.
I thought you were going to say your anus. So that is much better. Also, once you are big and famous, or even now that you know a radio guy, just ask them if they need a morning show.
That's what I was getting to. I'm going to be
the Married Couple Podcast. The Married Couple Podcast could easily become, I don't know, the Married Couple Morning Show. See, there you go.
I can't cuss on
Underscores
that
in
show.
between. Oh,
You
we'd have
best
to
bet
go
and
not
believe
cuss.
I am working this system for not just myself. I'm working this system for all of us, and I'm recreating something that is better and new and fresh, and not the way that everyone else does it. Because the pure definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. And that is the problem in this industry. You have way too many Indians and really no chiefs, because nobody knows what the heck they're doing. Everybody wakes up just as clueless as you and me and everybody else. So here's the thing. What's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. It ain't one size fits all no more, folks. And
It's true.
it just ain't, you know.
That
And
is true.
it's like free
Yeah.
speech. I don't think we should all have it, because if you're uneducated on the topic or subject, you should not be allowed to publicly speak upon it, because you're spreading and falsifying false information, and then you're scaring the people and you're causing just unnecessary crap because you're not qualified and you just keep flapping them jaws. And somebody keeps letting you. Why do we keep letting them? I mean, it's
Not wrong.
unbeknownst to me because there's a whole lot more of us than there is of them. I'm just saying, but
You're not wrong.
AC says, my God, tonight I'm going to think about what order my organs are going to decay. That's a new thing to think about.
I know, right? Well, they don't really necessarily decay. It's just your body goes, well, we're going to need to save some
We're
energy.
going to turn
Shut
off
this one down.
this light, this
We don't
light,
need that
this
no more.
light.
In this moment. Yeah. And then what can we come back from, quick? So anyway, I'm like a little Snapple fact, but I just put it all together and I'm like, a lot of the, and I have to thank Jesse for that. It's all coming right back because, You know, I don't watch the television. I never really have watched the television, right? My grandmother always said, be very self-conscious and aware of what you allow into your mind, because whatever you allow in there will take seed and root and grow. And I was like, well, that makes sense. And it does. So I've been very leery. I don't watch frivolous things. I don't watch scary things. I don't, you know, any of that, because I don't have to. I choose not to. And then that's that. But Jesse definitely got me to politic, I guess, for lack of a better, I just call it politicking. I don't play the politicking game.
Okay.
I mean, Jesse, he really, I grew up in a very democratic home. However, the Democratic Party that we have in this moment is not the same. And my grandmother would be turning in her grave. And, you know, Jesse and I have had extensive conversations about that. You yourself are affected by the politics and stuff because, you know, Dave, you came to visit us and it was during the politic and stuff and you was running the machines.
That's what I was doing for. Yeah.
Yeah, which is absolutely useless, by the way. I'm sorry. No offense to you. I'm glad they paid you. However, if you think that in a million years we have picked our president within the last, I'm going to say 35 years.
I don't know. Then you're probably wrong. But
I bet
also,
my life on it. I'll bet my life on the fact.
but also,
Been done it.
not necessarily what we do on this show, but if you want to come to our other show, Who's Coming With Me? Perfect time to talk about all that stuff.
Yes, we need to, because Jason always told me, he says, Huck, it would not surprise me a bit if you didn't end up being president.
See?
And I was like,
There you go.
and
Now
now
I get behind that.
it just can, yeah. I mean, because now I'm looking around for somebody to start saying and knowing the things that I know, and I'm saying them. I just don't have that. My platform's not that big yet, but I'm going to keep doing it. But I keep
Keep doing
waiting for someone of sustenance on the platform right now that obtains it to say something like that, to start turning all this around, and no one is. I'm looking around, and I'm like, I even thought that before I heard about Jesse being sick or anything. You know, it was like a couple weeks ago. I just thought, man, I bet Jesse's like really getting mad on this stuff, because he would get fired up. You know, he would get fired up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He threw a remote at the television and everything because they had Biden on there. Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, there's multiple reasons. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I don't think you were here yet, but mom isn't. I said that she was probably rolling over in her grave right now, but she's not. She is sifting around in her bag because we cremated her. Anyway, yeah, Huck, thank you so much. We are gonna get ready to jump out. If I missed some of the messages that were in, I apologize.
Yeah, I tried to pop up written messages as well. But
I was kind of reading them as I went, as you
yes.
But guys, thank you very much. The Married Couple Podcast, we are back. We are going to be back starting Wednesdays now. Wednesday, you can find How Was Your Day every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
And
or
all
whatever
the other
time
times
it is.
in between.
Or whatever time it is.
Friends, these are my personal friends off of this platform, and I love you guys so much.
We love you too.
I love
We
you.
love you
I didn't
too.
mean to Dave, sorry.
No,
you're
good.
fine. You're perfect.
No, you're good. You can also find Midnight Media, Red Rose and Mrs. Red Rose and Sam I Am on the Roses Are Red podcast.
Catch
every
us, Huck.
Friday night.
nights are fun.
I'm always at home, usually
we
with
deep
a bottle
dive.
of bourbon.
Yeah.
And
I
then
do
whenever we decide we want to, and it really doesn't matter who, we just keep switching out people on what's the name of the show? I forget.
Who's Coming With Me?
That's what it is. Who's Coming With Me? We'll be doing more of those shows as
You
well.
talk about the politics on there?
No, that's
No,
where
actually, we take videos we shouldn't laugh at and go,
we
who's coming to
laugh
hell
at
with
'em.
us?
We're just just like
There's
we
a
probably
song
shouldn't
you
be
guys
laughing at
need to
this.
hear it. You'll think it coincides with it. It says, thank God for making a hell. Thank God for making a place full of fire and greedy ass liars where I'm just like everyone else. Thank God.
God, I love your voice. Oh,
You're amazing.
so beautiful.
Thank you.
All right.
I need to look that song up. Sasha Sloan, Thank God for Hell. It says, y'all, I'll admit I've had sex before marriage. I've scrolled through Pornhub and I've said some bad words and had impure thoughts. It's good. You got to hear it. She's brilliant.
I will definitely look that up. I
Yeah.
definitely will look that up. All right. With that, guys, we're going to be out of here. Sweetheart,
Yeah.
did you have any parting words?
You know, the last 6 weeks, I'd say, right?
Yeah.
Month.
Yeah.
has been trying. It's been sad in a lot of ways, but I am blessed to know the people that I'm sad about. And I think I don't know. That's it. I'm blessed to know the people that I'm sad about.
Yeah. It's like an end. It just, the whole thing right now in the atmosphere, in the air, just feels like the ending. But it doesn't have such a sadness to it because I know there's a new beginning, because to every end there's a new beginning. And I just thought in my mind a few days ago, I said, I bet the chicken, when it hatches out of the egg, it turns around and looks back and gets so sad and remorseful for just a brief moment for the fact that it had to break the egg and that the egg is broken. But it could have never came to be and into the world and into the new beginning, because it was alive in that egg, in the shell. It was alive in there too, but it's alive out here too, just in a different way. And so I'd really just kind of maybe leave y'all with that. I think even the chicken is sad that they had to break the egg, but it's needed and necessary.
Well,
I agree.
Huck, thank you so much for being here. Keep your head up. It's going to be fine.
Yes.
You, like I said a little bit earlier, you not only for what I knew of Jesse and from before, and what I said about you earlier about you being able to make him smile, and you kind of do that for a lot of people. You kind of do that for a little bit of everybody, and it has to do with the person that you are and the attitude that you have, and how you portray it outwardly. And you just kind of, whether you're singing or talking or laughing or just being yourself, you kind of, you can't kind of help but smile. So keep your head up.
You're infectious.
When you
and not in a bad way, in a good way.
When you wake up,
not like AIDS, but
when-
not like AIDS.
like the good, very precious.
I'm sorry.
That was good. That was good. That was
Did
good.
it do that time?
That's what she said. Jokes.
When you wake up tomorrow, remember those words. Remember that. You know what? I need to go out. I need to go out and make people happy with who I am. So therefore, you get up happy and excited to go do that. So keep that in mind coming up. Everybody that came in and listened tonight, for everybody that's going to listen later, because I know we'll have a lot of those, whether it be on everything that I mentioned earlier, Spotify, Apple Music, I don't know, just ask Alexa to play The Married Couple Podcast, and it's us, or whatever. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be back. We will be back next week. We will continue to do this. You guys are my family. I've got a big family, but I love all of you. Not equally, but
Aren't you Italian? I think it's acceptable if you're Italian or Spanish.
This one's Italian.
that one's Italian. Anyway, with that, we are going to drop down. We're going to let this song go completely through. So stick around and hear the end of the song. We'll be off here. And I have nothing more to say after that, but I do appreciate all of you.
Yeah, please listen. This
Thank
song
you
is beautiful.
very much. I'm not even sure which one to play. I've got a couple, so
Listen, that one musical memory goes right along with what you were just saying a minute ago. That's what I was quoting. When you wake up and decide to open your eyes, I wrote that. And Jesse sang it for me because music, guys, you don't ever forget. You'll forget mom, dad, brother, uncle, cousin, but you will not forget that music. No matter what. So he left it in his voice so I would hear it.
I've got 3 or 4 of them here. I'm just going to pick one.
Yeah, just close your eyes. They're all good.
All right.
The man was brilliant. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Everybody else, thanks for coming in to How Was Your Day? We will be back next week. Also, stop in and see the Roses Are Red podcast.
We're doing part 2 of the Risa Tisa deep dive into it with Tiffy. She'll be on as our special guest again. Hopefully we can get through a little bit more than part 4 this time. I promise I won't drink a 12-ounce Red Bull, guys.
Real quick,
I was like,
before we jump out,
I was like,
quick ones by Zanzia. Hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen, shopping for insurance? Give Sam a call. And after all, she just started her new insurance agency.
Yes,
and what's
please.
that called, Sam? Question mark?
It's Healthcare Navigator, actually.
All right.
And I'm Sam at healthcarenavigator.com if you want to send me an email.
Man, he's so good at making us remember the shit. Anyway, and one more.
Hey, Dave. I am your brother's, father's, nephew's, cousin's, uncle's former roommate. What's that make us? Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Family show. Seriously, though, everyone have a good night. I'm just getting home.
Well,
All right.
glad you're home safe.
All right, guys.
This is a note of Careless Whisper. Sorry, I love that song. I love that song.
Yeah, AC said, I'll never know my cousin, but I'll definitely know every note to Careless Whisper.
All right,
Yes.
guys, thanks for coming. How was your day?
Yes.
Stick around for just another, 4 minutes and just listen.
Thank
right.
you so much for coming on. We love you so much. One day, hopefully that Bass Pro tour brings you up to Nebraska, but
We'll be there eventually because we get 60, and then after that 60, we'll get another 60. So, and these Bass Pro Shops are everywhere. And listen, for whatever reason, people actually do listen to what I say now. So I can actually probably maybe say something. And
yeah, just make you come up here and then we'll
yeah.
I'll
If
get to
nothing
meet
else-
you in real life.
I know.
Dave, I'm really so jealous that Dave got
I
to
know.
meet you in person and I was just here like,
I know, but I just feel like I know you because
oh, I know. Same.
so I promise you, when the next time that I get a little time off, like I've been off for like 2 or 3 months now. I'm broke. I'm ready to go back to work. So
No, I understand. Me too.
but as soon as we get going or what have you, if I'm even remotely in the area and I've got some time off or whatever, I'll fly out.
Yeah,
as long
I
as
mean,
I can
if
afford
we're
a
close
ticket
and
as
we
long
can
as-
drive, we'll drive. I mean that's a thing.
Absolutely.
So absolutely.
All right.
We'll do that. So Huck, I'm gonna drop you down because we're gonna put up this song and then if you stay on, you'll be able to hear.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on. I'm just gonna mute my mic.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. I'm going to do that, and we're going to put up Jesse's picture, and we're going to just say
Is it a
goodnight to
beautiful
everyone.
one? I'm sure it is a beautiful
Yes.
photo.
No, gotta know which one it is. All right.
All right. Love
Guys,
you.
good night. We'll see you next week. Thank you to my sisters for coming on, to my daughter for showing up for the first
Yes.
time.
Yeah, she's
for,
beautiful, by the way. So you know.
everybody, thank you. Thanks for everybody that comes in and supports us every single time. Thank you, Mom, for being the woman that you were as well. I love you. I love you all.
Yes.
All right.
Love you guys.
I can't find a pic to save my life, but I guess it really doesn't matter. I hope you like it. Salome, uncross your heart. I know what goes on inside, even before it starts. Stay all night, I'll wait right here. Full moon, my word magical, I won't disappear. And I'm tired of making friends, and I'm tired of making time. I'm sick to death of love, and I'm sick to death of trying. And it's easier for you. It's easier for you. It's easier for you. It's easier for you. Salome, untie my hands. Well, I'll find another lady, and you'll wreck another man. It's over now. Yes, so I'll wait. My blood turns to dirt, girl. You broke every part of me. And I'm tired of making friends, and I'm tired of making time. I'm sick to death of love, And I'm sick to death of trying. And it's easier for you. It's easier for you. And it's easier for you. It's easy for you. And I'm tired of making friends, tired of making time. I'm sick to death of love, and I'm sick to death of trying. And it's easier for you. Yeah, it's easier for you. And it's easier for you. Yeah, it's easier for you. Someday, uncross your heart. I know what goes on, girl, even before it starts. I'll stay all night, yeah, I'll wait right here. Full moon might work magic, girl, but I won't disappear. And I'm tired of making friends, and I'm tired of making time. I'm sick to death of love, I'm sick to death of trying. It's easier for you. Yeah, it's easier for you. It's easier for you. Yeah, it's easier for you.